Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. EQOA Nostalgia here, and I decided I'm gonna make a trip back home. It's been a while since I've logged into EQOA. I mean, I've checked in. I don't know, probably about a month ago, but yeah, I haven't made any content around it for a while. It's been since like February, and people have been asking me, "Did you quit? Like, are you done with the game?" No. I want to put that to rest right now. I want everybody to understand. I'm never going to quit EQOA until I'm gone. Like until I'm no longer a part of this world. It's just the way it is, man. You know, like I keep this channel going far past its prime. I began in 2011, and the world and YouTube was a very different place. But I persist. I linger here. You're not getting rid of me. It's just one of those things. But yeah, I've been spending the summer trying to get in shape, really. I mean, that and catching up on my backlog. But a couple of years ago, I put out a video talking about how I've got like a leaky heart valve, and they were concerned about my heart. And I get palpitations and all that kind of crap. I've had those for years. And I sat around not really doing anything about that for like a year. And then finally I decided, all right, well, you're not getting any younger, and you got one of two options. You can either sit here and, you know, let it take its course, or you can try to push back against it. And I lost around 15 pounds. And I packed on a pretty good amount of muscle. So, yeah. Not trying to go into that good night just yet. Trying to hang in there. It's one of those things, man, when you hit your 40s, you know, life tends to catch up to you. That's when a lot of things start to pop up, if they're going to pop up. And the people who took care of themselves versus the people who didn't take care of themselves so much, you start to see a difference. So, my advice to people who are still in their 30s, if you're out of shape, don't be by the time you reach 40. Because it starts to get harder and harder as you get older. Your testosterone levels go down. Your motivation goes down. You find, obviously, you're going to have less time, etc., etc. But anybody can fit in like a 45-minute workout every other day. There's really no excuse. So yeah, take my advice, people. Work out. Don't wait for life to pop up and be like, hey, you better do something about this. You better start eating better. Fasting now and then. I definitely recommend fasting. You know, consult with your doctor first. I know I've turned this into like a health advice channel, but it's serious, you know. We're all starting to get older. You got to take care of yourself, man. You just got to do it. Nobody else is going to do it for you. But yeah, I've been playing Metal Gear Solid Remake. Been having fun with it. Unreal Engine 5 sucks. I hate it. People have argued with me over it. They're like, it's a great engine. It's like, yeah, it might be, but I don't know. It just seems like devs don't know how to really optimize it that well. Because if you look at the graphics for Unreal Engine games, and then you look at something like, say, Division 1 or 2, there's a problem there. There's a bit of a problem there. It seems like we haven't really advanced the graphics that much for how much performance it's costing us. So, yeah, it's something that people have been talking about a lot. It's not just me who noticed that games aren't really getting that much better looking while having a massive performance increase. And I'm only on a RTX 2060, which isn't great. So I stutter every now and then while I'm playing it, but it's not too bad. It's pretty smooth. It's a lot better than Silent Hill 2 Remake was. Holy crap. I don't know. That just did not run good for me. I did enjoy that game for the most part, but the original, I'm always going to love the original better. I'm a big fan of survival horror. Many of you probably already know that. I love the classic Resident Evil 1 through Code Veronica, Outbreak Files 1 and 2, Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3. It's just, it's It's one of those things. I grew up with those, and I love them. I've actually got a mod for Resident Evil 2 called Marvin's Mod, where you play as Marvin. He's the dude that you meet in the police station. He's wounded when you first get there, and then he dies, turns into a zombie. And it's pretty cool because the person who modded it, they're kind of marrying the story together from Outbreak File 2 and Resident Evil 2, like what happened in between. And you got like a co-op partner that you run around with. It's really cool, man. It doesn't even feel like a mod. I'm running around thinking this could be like a legit piece of DLC. I started messing with it and I turned it off and decided I'm going to play this a little bit further into the fall. I want to make a video about it. And I know most of you don't really care. It's like most of you are here for EQOA or MMORPGs, but I'm not just nostalgic about EQOA. I'm nostalgic about everything from that era, from the PlayStation 1 and 2 era, even all the way up to PS3 era with like Left 4 Dead and whatnot. For me, that's when gaming really peaked and then just rolled back after that point. But yeah, I've been spending time, like I said, just getting in shape, trying to get in shape, and playing my backlog. I like to do that over the summer. The fall months, when you start to get that chill in the air. The atmosphere shifts, the vibe is different. Something about that always draws me back into EQOA or playing MMORPGs in general before we had this server. And winter. I mean, you think about it. Where I live, it's pretty freaking cold, so people are going to be hanging out indoors more, doing things like playing games. At least you don't feel so bad about it. In the summer, you feel like you're wasting your life away when it's like 85 degrees outside. But yeah, the weather's starting to shift over here already. In late August, it's been pretty mild in the 70s, dipping down into the mid 40s. So it's nice. It doesn't look like we're gonna have an Indian summer, which is good. I don't like the heat. I hate it. And part of the reason I don't like to even make content in this room is because my air conditioning is so loud and obnoxious. I play it back and I just cringe. So yeah, that's part of the reason why in the summer I'm not that active. I really start to pick up on the content. I've got some plans. I'd like to do ratware infection. I recorded that a while ago. A bunch of it got lost though. I was so pissed. I thought I hit the record button and for some reason I didn't. And the missus and I went through a whole bunch of the questing, and it was going to be a complete guide for ratware infection and all of the quests. And the whole questing section, I hit the stop record button, and it started to record, and my jaw hit the ground. I was like, oh, shit. So that's not there. It's probably going to be kind of an abridged video because of that. But I do have Vampire, which doesn't really include any questing. That was more like trying to hunt down the vampire bats to get infected. I was super hyped when my Necro got it. Some people are going to be laughing at that, right? Because I don't think Necro is really a good class for that. It's probably better for like a tank or something, or like a melee DPS. But I just wanted to mess around. You know, I had the thought in my head, well, it's all probably going to wipe anyway, so who cares? Let's just try some shit out. Let's get crazy. Let's make a freaking necromancer, a gnome necromancer vampire. Why not? And I didn't get my form yet. I actually have to level up my necro. One or two more levels before I get my vampire form. But I never... You guys crack me up sometimes. Look at that haircut. You gotta love the female troll models. They're freaking hilarious, dude. But yeah, I put out a video, if you guys didn't see it, about World of Warcraft and how the Midnight trailer was absolute dog water. I hated every second of it. What they've done to World of Warcraft. I know there's a certain subsection of you who absolutely hate WoW for what it did to this game, and I totally understand. And I've been disparaging towards WoW multiple times in the past. One of my first videos, I was comparing this game to WoW and how much WoW sucks compared to EQOA. But I never played vanilla until like 2 years ago when Season of Discovery came out or whatever. That's the first time I really dipped a toe in with that. Actually, Turtle WoW was the first time I messed with it, and I loved it immediately. It's so much better. What they did to that game, I had no idea, because I jumped on with the Burning Crusade and things had already changed pretty drastically by that point. I was late into that expansion. Vanilla WoW, man, I really wish they would have stuck with that formula, because it was pretty close to what EQOA is doing. The only difference I would really say is that it's more, you had more solo ability, right? And the questing was way different. And this quests are more drawn out. And if I'm being honest, the quests in this game, after you've done them a few times, it becomes a big, I gotta do my level 23. And maybe it's just me. I don't know. But I just want to keep grinding with my friends. I don't want to have to stop and go do a quest where I run back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. The way that they did questing in WoW, I don't know. The way that it kind of pushes you through the zone, it's a double-edged sword. I love and hate it at the same time, right? But yeah. Anyway, what they've done to the Blood Elves, I can't stand it. That I thought the Midnight trailer was awful. I've had people correcting me. They're like, no, the Blood Elves aren't evil. Of course they can be paladins who praise the grace of the light and all this. It's like, wait a minute. I thought they were supposed to be like badasses that twist the light for their own selfish purposes, and people are like, no. After this, they found the Sunwell in Burning Crusade. They're not like that anymore. It's like, all right, well, that's another thing about WoW I noticed. They started to write the Horde and make them more relatable. Like, for example, imagine if this fine fella over here, Young Savage, imagine if Young Savage really didn't hate the Froglocks at all. No, see? You got it all wrong, see? He's just misunderstood. He actually loves the Froglocks. He doesn't want to cook them in his soup or anything. He doesn't have a problem. He doesn't want to go invade Guk and take it from the Froglocks. That's just a big misunderstanding. You guys, you don't understand. He was just that way because he was corrupted by the Fel. Can't you see? Look at his eyes. See, it's not his fault. And it's one of the things that they did over time to make the Horde, which is supposed to be like, quote unquote, the evil faction. Look at their friggin' flag, all right? Does that say righteous and holy to anybody? It's red and it's black and it's got like a hoof mark on it. Well, it looks like a hoof mark. It looks downright heavy metal. So, yeah, the way that they've slowly made the Horde more relatable, and they killed off the war chief. They defanged the Horde, basically. They took the fangs from the Horde. Now you got like a council. There's no more war chief. There's just a council. And it's like, I don't know. Just, no. What happened to the badassery and the testosterone? There's been a million videos about it. But I could bitch about it for 20 minutes, what they did to the Horde. And I'm an Alliance player, mostly. I mostly play Gnome Mage. That's my main. I like the small races. They're just funny. I've said it a million times. Majesta, my mage on here, it's hilarious that she's got a huge pet. And she just sends the pet in to stomp everything. I always thought that was funny. But yeah. World of Warcraft, what are you going to do? MMOs in general just trended in a weird way. And the irony of it is that people were always waiting for the WoW killer. Remember the WoW killer? Little did they know that WoW would be the killer. WoW would bring the MMORPG genre to the highest peaks that it was ever at, and then it would kill it. Kind of like Nintendo is doing right now. Nintendo saved the gaming industry after the crash, and they lived long enough to become the final boss. They even got a CEO named Bowser. And now they're doing all this terrible shit, like trying to make games like $80, $80, $90. shipping games that aren't actually on the cart, and you have to download the game and put it on the cart because they want to try to get you used to owning nothing and being happy. and then that leads into conspiracy land with the what was it, the WEF, the World Economic Forum. You're going to own nothing and be happy. Everything is slowly becoming digital. I don't know about you guys, but I got tired of Netflix. Not just because of how woke they went, but I got tired of the fact that there was a movie I wanted to watch that was there, and it's gone now. You get the Silent Hill pun? There was a hole here. It's gone now. So yeah, I go to watch a movie, and it's not there. So I've started collecting DVDs again. I'm all about going back to the physical. And at this time, Nintendo, who is known for physical, is just trying to do away with it. We live in a weird time. That's all I can say. And these are the things I've noticed over the summer. The way that gaming has trended and the world in general, it's just bad news and more bad news. It's nice to retreat into this place. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a long and hopefully prosperous fall and winter. Things have been getting rough. My bills have gone through the friggin' roof. I'm sure for a lot of people that's the case. Everything's going up. My rent just jumped up almost 30% in 1 month. So, yeah. Power bills are increasing, food, and everything's just like, man, I hope I still have an internet connection by the time fall comes around. It's getting brutal. But I told everybody, I sound like a frickin' broken record years ago. Things are going to get savage. And people hate hearing about it. Who wants to hear bad news? Nobody. But yeah, expect things to get worse, folks. Prepare accordingly. I heard somebody mention that they changed the form of the hunter. This is what I remember when I left. But yeah, I remember the form of the hunter at this level being a black wolf. It wasn't a dire wolf, though. It was just a normal black wolf. Before that, we had the normal white wolf. And they were fairly large. Then after that, we ended up with the dire wolf, the white one. The black dire wolf we did not ever get. I remember being pissed about it because they gave it to werewolves instead of druids. So, which isn't really a problem as long as you go werewolf and not lion wolf, which most healers are going to go lion because you get that charisma buff or whatever. And I haven't even looked at it in a while, but yeah, it was always best to go lion. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to go wolf now. I kind of wish I would have went wolf. But what can you do? Somebody, well, more than somebody, like 4 or 5 people were complaining to me that the game's getting harder. I don't know if you guys can confirm that down in the comments. And somebody also mentioned that this little kitty cat right here, which is new, it's exclusive to this server, will kill you if you're AFK. I don't know if I'm just being trolled or not. Because somebody also said if I kill it, I get Heart's Blood alloy, which I'm not. I'm not going to kill the cat anyway, just for Heart's Blood alloy. That's not how I roll. You guys know I love my kitty cats. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can tell me down in the comments if this thing kills you if you're AFK. I don't think so, because this dude's been standing here for a while. Well, these dudes. But yeah, I heard things got harder. They buffed the health of mobs. I don't know why they would do that. And they made the mobs hit harder. So if this is true, let me know in the comments. I remember, about 8 months ago, I made a video complaining about the fact that mobs are way too spongy and they hit way too hard. And most people agreed with that. I guess they didn't, and then they doubled down and went a different way. What can you do? It's their server, man. If that's how they want, if they want to make it a harder experience, all right. I guess that can be kind of fun, right? Doing things a little bit different. But yeah, I don't know. If they made it harder, it is what it is. I don't know. I heard that they're trying to make it more difficult for petters to do like power levels and whatnot. It's one of the things that the missus was complaining about because she played an elder. Now, bearing in mind, I think she's only level 51 on her shaman. She's not 60 yet, but it still looked like it was trending in a bad way for her. She was able to take off all of her gear, put on Ava, and she didn't even have to use Ava, but she would sometimes put on Avatar, and she pulled the whole Phantom camp without dying. And I have a feeling that if she tried to do that now, like let's say 60 was out now, that's not going to happen. So for some reason, it seems like they're opposed to power leveling. I don't know. Or if it's just the way that they honestly see things were. But they weren't that difficult. Once you got to a certain level in this game, you're a pretty big badass. I mean, there's still stuff that was going to mess you up, right? Like if you went to like Island of Debt or whatever, there were still things in there that would wipe the floor with you, Plane of Sky, whatnot. But for the most part, you didn't really struggle. I remember druids were able to solo Vox. I mean, it looked like it was a pain in the ass. I never did it. It looked like it was a pain in the ass because you kind of kite her around and there wasn't a lot of space in there. I'd love to see people doing stuff like that again. But yeah, anyway, druids were able to solo Vox. It was possible. And I just don't think that that's ever going to be possible on here unless they change the way mobs are. They're too freaking crazy. They're too crazy, man. I don't remember the game being that hard. It was definitely challenging, but it is what it is. I'm still anticipating EQOA EMU. It's taken a long time for that to come out, but they're still working on it. Hopefully it'll be out sometime in 2026. I don't know, maybe even before the end of the year. It'd be nice to have something where we can just get to level 20 and do some quests and like Keynos, Surefall Glade, that little area over there. It'd be nice. But yeah, I just wanted to check in, wanted to say what's up to everybody, let you know I'm not quitting, I'm not going away. We do plan on making our triumphant comeback and getting this guy to level 51 after I clear that debt that I didn't even know I had. Somehow that happened. But yeah, shout out to Electric. Thanks for that shield again. Appreciate you. Do I still have that shield? If I do, it's probably in the bank because I can't equip it. Let me go take a look real quick. Whoa, wrong way. I always do that. I turn the camera in the wrong friggin' way. Brand new here and not played in forever. Welcome back. Welcome back. You're not brand new though if you used to play. But brand new to the server. Sandstorm, yeah. Ah, man, where is it? I passed it. There it is. Shield of Piety. I can't use it till level 58. They did change it. I was rocking it for a little while. But the level got adjusted, which is probably accurate. But yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to rock that thanks to Electric. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. God bless you. Get down in the comment section. Let me know what's going on. Speak to me, man. This is why I do this. I love to talk with the community. I freaking feed off of people's comments, all right? It's my fuel. If I don't get comments on my channel after a while, I start to feel like I need to get a video out. There's no interaction going on here. If you're new, I ask you please subscribe. Click that notification bell, hit the like button. God bless, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.
Nostalgia. It's delicate.